now.
This is the Super Ugly Show. 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 It's the Super Ugly Show.
All right. Quick one today.
Yeah. Yo, you know what's funny? Because I love the intro song.
Yeah. It's
my
catchy.
dad's like, "What's with that song? You know, what the hell's with that song?" And my daughters are running around singing it during the day, and they babadi, and I hear them singing it all the time. So I'm like, obviously it works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a catchy little tune.
all right. So today's Super Ugly Show, we got a huge, famous special guest.
The bread champion of 2016.
Oh man, someone's on Twitter.
Well, I told you I'm a huge fan, Dave. I really let me get this out of the way. Ron and Fez. I always say my personal opinion. Ron Bennington is the smartest man ever to sit behind a microphone.
Probably.
Sorry, you're a close second, but Ronnie is just.
No, I'm not smart at all. That's why I said I am in agreement with you, my friend.
Yeah, he is just, he's just the funniest, just naturally fucking funny that I've ever heard in my life. He fucking has me in tears on a daily basis.
Yeah, and the Bennington show sounds great too.
Yeah, the Bennington show is good. I like Yale. Chris, What's going on with you and Chris?
He's a son of a bitch. Okay, I'm going to give this Super Ugly Show an exclusize.
Nice.
I have put a hit out on Chris Pepper Stanley. Seriously. He's a good guy. He did say he would do the East Side Dave show, which is a new show that I am the host of on the I was going to say the Anticumia network, but it's actually been renamed Compound Media.
Yes, I just learned of that. And the Skanks just left, I heard.
The Legion of Skanks left. That's why there's room for the Super Ugly Show. Here's the deal.
Nice.
I have decided that I'm going to speak to Anthony and we're going to bring the Super Ugly Show aboard.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea.
Right.
Long Island guys. And another thing, you always used to rag on Long Island.
Right. Well, it was especially to get my friend who was also producer of Ron Fez at the time, Pitsy, upset.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons I like to talk shit about Long Island, was because Pitsy was from Long Island, and I'm one of those people. Annoying, I believe, is the classification. Whoever I'm producing the show with, I try to drive them totally insane. Pepper, Pitsy, Earl, it didn't matter.
Now, Earl, real quick, my favorite thing you've ever done, you could probably guess it with Earl, with his grandmother.
Earl, I'm fucking Adolf Hitler in heaven.
This guy, Black Earl, he always wears black. He's black. He's Black Earl. He
And yeah, he has a very old-timey voice too, which is my favorite thing about Earl. Like his voice does not sound like it should be in the year 2016 ever. It feels, I hate to say it, but there's some kind of Jim Crow thing going on. It has that very 1800s
Throwback.
Yeah. It's
but not even throwback 1970, throwback
the
100s,
20s, 30s, yeah,
hundreds of years ago.
Only vampires talk like that right now, right?
Right.
But his grandmother had died, and Dave was just going in on his grandmother in
my
heaven,
God.
just sucking dicks and getting fucked.
Yeah. I don't know how it started, but by the way, don't forget, he actually, and this is how much things were different when we were at the XM only studios, as opposed to Sirius studio. We could do whatever we wanted. So when I was making fun of Earl's grandmother, he actually choked me in real life.
He did really choke you. I was going to ask you that.
Holy shit.
He choked me in real life, and I'm like, Earl, don't you know that I know how to sell? For crying out loud, it's like a chair shot. I mean, just be careful. He actually put his big, huge Earl hands around me and started squeezing the the life out of me. It was insane. I'm like, wait, we're on the radio, for Christ's sakes. No one can see us.
And this is real.
Yeah. Just tell people,
I'm choking you, Dave. I'm choking you.
And it'll be fine.
Yeah. It was something else to listen to. I mean, I would listen to these guys from 12 to 3 every fucking day, dude.
We had a
Every
blast.
day.
That was fun.
So being from Jersey is What the fuck?
What?
I'm from New Jersey, and
Yeah.
I love it.
Is like Eddie Cruz's Eddie and the Cruisers like your holy grail, or
Eddie and the Cruisers. No, you know, I mean, that's Eddie and the Cruisers go back. What did he do? He did the dark side. Well, see, here's the problem. Eddie from Eddie and the Cruisers was such an obvious Bruce, knockoff.
yeah?
Every time I want to sing that song, I end up singing "Darkness on the Edge of Town," which actually is a Bruce Springsteen song. What was the Eddie and the Cruisers song?
Sounded better when they did it, though.
Oh, you son of a bitch! You son of a! What was the Eddie and the Cruisers song again? It had "dark" in the title.
Yeah, on the dark side.
Yeah, on the dark side.
Yeah.
I remember growing up too in Jersey. But it was still New York radio stations like WNW or Q104 or the old 92.3 K-Rock. I remember that they would actually play that song, like during like a song, like you would hear like the Rolling Stones, you would hear the Who, and then all of a sudden you're hearing Eddie and the Cruisers.
Yeah, well, listen,
Right.
listen, Dave. We have Billy Joel, and you have Eddie and the Cruisers. It is what it is.
We've got the boss, my friend, the goddamn boss.
We also got Bon Jovi.
We also got Bon Jovi.
No,
I don't
Jersey
do Bon
does.
Jovi.
Oh,
I don't do Bon Jovi. Yeah.
Oh, no.
You guys have Eddie Money, who is a piece of dog shit. I'm actually a Billy Joel fan. I like Billy Joel.
I got Seinfeld.
You got Jerry. You got a lot of good stuff. Rock is to me not your forte. You have a lot of great comedians.
What,
Jersey,
the Good Rats.
You got the good rats. Film, we have Kevin Smith. That would be our go-to guy.
I love Tusk.
Yeah, what'd you think of Tusk?
Didn't see it yet. Might not see it.
This
Is it good?
I want to ask you seriously though. Hateful Eight. What did you think?
I loved Hateful Eight. I did. I really did. I thought Hateful Eight was like a combination, like a hybrid of Tarantino, the type of movies he's making now, those period pieces, but also a little bit of a mashup with Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Because, like group of strangers kind of in a room, how they were all assembled there, having to figure out, what's going what. There's a threat. With Hateful Eight, it was the Blizzard. With Reservoir Dogs, it was the cops. So I actually was a big fan of Hateful Eight.
Yeah, I liked that. I thought Samuel L. Jackson's speech was pretty
Exactly.
pretty intense there. Did
That
you
was
see it in the big
spectacular.
70mm fiasco thing that you did?
Yeah. I saw. I don't know if it was the I saw it on like a huge screen.
Did it have
here
the
in Jersey.
intermission?
No.
Yeah, I saw it with the intermission, and they did it right after that story.
Really?
Yeah, spoiler alert, he shot the guy, and then they cut and went to intermission for 15 minutes.
That's cool. Well, so were people outside in the lobby talking about that shit and whatnot?
Yeah, they gave you like this collector's book, and in the beginning there was no credits. It was just like a like orchestra music and the carriage in a shadow, and then the movie started.
They kind of did that with Grindhouse, Death Proof, and
Yeah.
I went to go see that in the theater, and that was a double feature. They gave you an intermission and all that stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, no, I like a nice intermission. It's fun, and it gives you a little breather. You're in, you're out, but I mean, you're getting a refill on your soda. I'm a fan of
the
it.
car. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, I would have said that, but I have like an 8-year-old daughter who's lurking around.
I hope she's not in the room now, because I was gonna fill in, get a blowjob.
No. I got. It's the whole reason for headphones.
Oh, okay.
So you guys can say whatever.
Rocky was talking about something else, but
yeah. You guys, well, I mean, she's in the bedroom now, so thank God, and my son's passed out. See, I'm always smart because he's very hyperactive. He's like a little Axl Rose, I even make him wear a kilt and a catcher's, chest protector.
Now, the wrestling show, this is very interesting. How long is, I haven't listened yet, but I've seen that it's there, and I will listen.
I've seen it's there. I haven't, and I don't intend to.
You know what I did love was The Watchers. The Watchers was awesome.
Yeah, I love doing The Watchers. Nice movie, little round table. Talking movies is always fun. That's always something I like to do. The wrestling thing's been going on for August. Basically, here's the deal. My son, I used to be heavily into wrestling from the mid-'80s to the early 2000s. I sort of took a break wasn't expecting to even maybe necessarily return. I thought, okay, I've watched wrestling for 20 years. I probably have seen every storyline imaginable and this and that. And then about a year and a half ago or so, my now 7-year-old son got back into wrestling hardcore, which it shows you that everything really is DNA. Because at his point in his life, he never knew me to be a wrestling fan, even though I had been for 2 decades. His lifetime, I never turned on Raw or Smack. And then next thing you know,
he put you onto it.
He hooked me in, and now I gotta see Raw, I gotta see SmackDown, and we're even going to we're going to Extreme Rules pay-per-view this weekend.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I'm very psyched about that.
Yeah.
AJ Styles and Roman Reigns.
I think Roman Reigns is going to retain. Not that I'm pulling for him. Very similar to the WWE universe. Roman Reigns is driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Not in a good way. I don't get why they just don't make him a flat out bad guy.
Yeah. It's weird at this point.
Well, I mean, because you guys are wrestling fans, right? Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. I don't understand this. This is the thing I don't get. Roman Reigns is getting booed constantly. Why not have him come out, pull, like a Jericho, mock the audience in attendance, make fun of the city, call their sports teams a bunch of losers, become a full-on bad guy, and thus, when he gets booed, it won't look bad on TV. Because right now, it sort of looks bad for the WWE.
Terrible. Last Monday night was one of the worst Raws I've ever seen.
Exactly.
Honestly, I think it all depends on what happens with Rollins coming back also.
That's true. So
Rollins never lost the belt, and it's going to create some kind of confliction. So they're going to keep him in the middle because Rollins might come back. He might be full-fledged babyface. Who the hell knows?
I know. Exactly. I just feel like they're procrastinating for no reason. Make the commitment to make Roman Reigns just an absolute dick piece of shit. And this way, then when people boo him, it's purpose. It makes sense.
How awful is this saying?
Oh God, it's terrible. And I think finally someone finally told, because I didn't see him do I'm not the good guy, the bad guy, the guy. I didn't see him say that this past Monday.
Yeah, it's horrendous. AJ made fun of him for it, but
yeah, right.
Yo, Dave, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
I don't talk to too many redheads on a regular basis, okay?
What? Wait, do you live in America?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Maybe they're scarce where I.
My wife's
I
a ginger. She just dyes her hair.
All right, listen.
They're scarce, like we're fucking giraffe or endangered.
I stayed away from gingers growing up because there was a kid that used to walk around the hallway when I was in elementary school, and he had red hair with a mohawk. And he used to kick the shit out of everybody. So I'm asking you, are you the old Doyle type of Christmas Story bully when you were growing up?
Right.
Or?
No, I wasn't old Doyle. I certainly wasn't picked on either. I was kind of everyone's friend. I had one bizarre little secret, which is very weird now that I think about it all these years later. But we did have a school bully. And he actually had a very cool name. His name was Mark Gunning. I mean, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Name.
I'm the school bully. My name is Gunning.
It's like a Rocky villain.
Right.
That is
Gunning.
Awesome.
And Gunning kills Apollo Creed.
I think I would have to be a bully if that was my last name.
Right.
It would just fit.
But Mark Gunning was the bully, and yet somehow, and what's weird is I didn't tell anyone, nor did I even show it to anyone. He lived across the street, and I used to get into fights and bully him.
Really?
But it was really weird because it was like I didn't tell anyone, so he maintained his bully status. But then I would meet him at his house, and I would be like, "Hey, remember when you picked on Percy, Mark? You son of a bitch, you're going down." So
Percy?
I was.
Yeah, it's because you're a redhead.
I know,
it's in your blood to pick on people.
But I'm saying I didn't pick on people. I picked on the guy who was picking on people. But you would think I would have broadcast that to make my own stock rise.
Yeah.
But for some reason I didn't tell anyone. It was a really weird scenario that I don't. decades later, I'm like, what was that all about? That was weird.
Yeah, because maybe if you got into some beef, you probably would have thought he would have stood up for you.
Did he get
Yeah.
in the
You put him in
stomach?
check a few times, you know.
Well,
And you get the
I
wind
saw-
knocked out?
I saw the guy recently. He's a oh, the stop.
What happened?
That's all right.
Can you talk to him or no?
Yeah.
You hear him?
Yeah, I hear him.
I hear you guys perfectly.
Oh, no, it's just this dummy.
Maybe it's the headphones.
Uh-huh. So, you interviewed Billy Mitchell the other day.
Yeah, I interviewed the greatest of them all. The greatest athlete in the history of America. He's
Isn't
better
he-
than Carl Lewis, Bo Jackson, everyone combined.
He is fucking insane with how serious he takes Donkey Kong, and that in the King of Kong, he's
Yeah.
lost the score several times now. But
Yeah, he is phenomenal. He is a little bit showman. He gets it. Like, he is a little bit of a wrestler in that he's gonna put it on. He acts up to his villainous persona, but then there is something in me that tells me he does also think he's the greatest person on the planet Earth.
Well, every time he says something, he has these eyes that he looks at you with, that he's just looking at you going, all right, stupid, you know?
I
Like,
know, right. he's so bizarre. And like, to wear an American tie everywhere he goes, as if people equate, America and Billy Mitchell together.
he picks up the tie and goes, well, what do you think my his stupid name for the video game to put in?
Yeah.
And he's like, I have Hispanic friends, I have German friends, I have he just starts naming all these countries, and he's like, USA, so we're always on top. He's just a fucking lunatic.
He is. He is such a weird dude, but he looks exactly the same. At this point, King of Kong's got to be like 10 years old, and he's still got the nice Billy Mitchell, Darth Vader hairdo, and he's rocking and rolling. I love the guy.
Now you've been to Fun Stop, right?
Talking about Darth Vader,
right.
I want to ask you a Star Wars question because I know you're a Star Wars nerd too.
Love it.
All right. Jar Jar Binks, is he using a transgender bathroom?
Jar Jar is a piece of garbage. We all know this.
Wait, could he be a Sith Lord? I've heard this.
The people floating out that Jar Jar is a Sith Lord are doing more acid than I do. There's no way. J.J. Abrams, I'm sure actually, he literally got a memo from Disney that just said 2 words, no, or 3 words, no prequel references, because I think Disney wants to distance themselves so far from prequel with this with the new trilogy and everything. Jar Jar's we're never going to see that poor fucking Caribbean son of a bitch again.
All right. Besides Jar Jar being the worst thing in Star Wars, I want to name one other thing that's really bad in Star Wars.
The kid.
No, not the kid. The kid. Every kid's annoying. Was John Connor in Part 2 of Terminator was fucking annoying. They're all annoying.
This kid was, to me,
He was really annoying.
That kid was like he was just reading off to the side.
Yeah, right. He was that kid was a bad actor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It amazes me that they couldn't find anyone better than that fucking kid.
I had no idea
horrible.
why they went with that little fucking kid, and it makes me start thinking, you know what? What if we have the Skywalker family totally wrong? What if they are pieces of shit who just are incredibly talented, like an O.J. Simpson or something?
Yeah, very charming.
They're just horrible.
Right.
Yeah,
Because-
like the Force is so strong, he tricked the audience.
Right. No, but it's true because I think we're always assuming the Skywalkers are good and they have to resist the temptation of the dark side. What if they are dark?
All right, you want to know
I mean,
what?
50% of them,
I'm agreeing with you on
the
this.
males have crossed over.
Princess Leia goes in, okay, and this is I was gonna ask you about the party scene at Jabba's where all the chicks are dancing around naked. They're all having a good time, and then they substitute and they put that CGI in it years later.
Oh God!
And
Not good.
that was just the worst thing I've ever seen, and they still haven't taken that out, right?
No, they haven't. And not good. And
That's a fucking tragedy.
I totally agree with you because the original song, Lopty Neck, which is sad that I know that.
You are such a fucking nerd. It's unbelievable. That's awesome.
Snice Snoodles, the lead singer of the band, she's sort of like the Mick Jaggers. And I'm assuming Lopty Neck then would be like their Satisfaction.
Yeah.
And actually, Lopty Neck was written by John Williams' son,
Oh my god!
who then became the lead singer of the 80s band Toto. So I can just go fucking forever.
Holy
with this.
shit!
That is
Africa.
Kevin Bacon 7 Degrees right there.
Yo, you are a fucking
Just
genius
went
when it
deep.
I'm telling huh?
I'm telling you, I'll go deep on your ass. But
Are you a horror guy, Dave?
I'll get to the hard thing. But I do agree with you about the song, the new song.
The new song sucks, and I can't believe they haven't taken that shit out yet.
Because the new song, it sounds too earthly. Like it has like a perfect horn section and a perfect, like everything is all earth instruments. And Lopty Neck had like weird kind of noises and that kind of
You
shit.
can get a blowjob from that CGI blue lip thing, would you?
Oh, fuck yes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That thing, it had a trunk.
It doesn't even have to deep throat. It just like lips over and,
George would always put a hot alien or two as well in there. In that same sequence, remember the green slave that is the Jabba has on the chain before he puts Leia on the chain?
With the two horns? Not
Right.
horns, but like, yeah.
Now,
Okay.
now watch that again right before he hits the button and she falls on the floor. Her titties come out.
Really?
And yes. And George never corrected that because I think they had like green like pasties over the nipples, but you see the breasts. They're out of the shirt. And I don't even think when they put the CGI enhanced versions, I think they still kept that scene in. So George is a breast guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now horror, I do like horror, but I like a lot of old. I like a lot of 70s.
Okay. What do you
Texas
think of
Chainsaw Massacre, shit like that.
What do you think of Rob Zombie's movies?
I like Rob Zombie. He's one of the few guys who I like because a lot of the modern horror movies are a little too slick for my tastes. I like the graininess of the original Friday the 13th, and the best one for me is still Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, huh? Texas Chainsaw
It is an awesome movie.
It is.
It's so fucked
great.
up too.
It's great. That
It's
guy,
so gritty. Everything about it is just awesome.
Franklin,
That's my love. Yeah,
Franklin, he is one of the most annoying characters in movie history,
Yes.
if not the most annoying.
But what I liked about him is he was annoying and a little creepy at the same time.
Yeah.
Like he had a weird face. I when I first saw that movie, and that fucking guy Leatherface came out of the meat locker, and we saw him for the first. I was frozen. I was paralyzed. Like,
Yeah.
I remember, like, oh my god, this is what being paralyzed. This is what Christopher Reeves feels like on a daily basis. I couldn't
seeing
move.
that as a kid. He was a fucking animal. He
You know what it was,
charged
too?
right the fuck out.
The sound, the crack the hammer makes when it hits the guy's head.
Yes.
That sound is just, and then his feet twitching.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
The hammer noise is phenomenal. I love that. I love it. I wish I had it as like my text message tone or something. I would love that dull hammer noise.
We're gonna have
Rich, you
to
want to
look
run the
into that.
survey?
What?
You want to run the survey? Do you have it?
Yeah. Actually,
Survey says
We just do a little rundown to everyone we've had on. We it's a couple questions that we have.
they're all basic, and we ask everybody that's on the show for the first time.
all right, I'm down.
All right.
You know what? I've never even been on Google Hangout before. This is fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the enjoyers like it. The list, the viewers. Yeah, we have
The
viewers.
viewers.
We were doing audio, so
yes.
they were listeners, but now they're viewers.
Yeah.
That's right.
So now it's pretty cool, this thing.
Nice. I love it.
All right. We got John Claude Van Damme or Steven Seagal.
Van Damme, just for the hockey movie alone.
Oh, shit.
Sudden death.
Sudden death. That is a perfect title for a stupid ass fucking sports movie.
Yeah. What about the twin brother he had when he had the Jerry curls?
Yeah.
Double impact.
Oh, that was fucking awesome
That was
too.
bad.
Bloodsport, kickboxer.
Yeah.
What's his face was in that? Chung Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
And, I'm a Van Damme guy too. I don't know if Rocky is. Rocky might like Steven Seagal because he's Italian, but
The Bloodsport scene with Van Damme where he's running around being chased and it's the Mentos commercial. I just can't. I can't get past that.
cheers to Van Damme.
Yeah.
All right, Van Damme, here you go.
All right, this is going to be an easy one for you. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh, come on, the wars, baby. The wars. Come on. You want to talk about real nerds? Star Trek. Trekkies are a bunch of fucking losers.
They really are.
they
They're
go
like,
No, I don't even know why I was so aggressive right there.
but no, you're right. They're obscenely nerdy, and it's just disgusting.
Well, they're I don't know. There was always something just a little bit too technical for me with Star Trek. There wasn't like fun. There wasn't enough fun with Star Trek.
Nah, it was just a bunch of
It was
horse
too
shit.
campy too.
Yeah, it was way too campy.
All right, so we got Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan.
You know what's weird? I'm a WWE loyalist through and through. So you would think the Hulkster, but I never liked him because my favorite wrestler of all time was Piper. And since Piper hated Hogan, I'm going with Flair.
Awesome.
Period.
Awesome.
Wow,
You
Piper.
totally disagree with Rocky 100%. And you are definitely on the same way.
I was born in '82. I'm not going to be a Hogan fan. Give me a fucking break.
No,
Fuck Hogan.
I understand what you're saying. Hogan was huge when I was a kid. He was gigantic, but I just always was a Piper guy. I'm a bad guy fan. I'm a flat out villain. I
Me
always
too.
root for bad guys.
How happy were you when Ultimate Warrior kicked the shit out of a Hulk Hogan?
I was ecstatic.
Dude, I
Oh,
was fucking out of my mind.
I'm
so
pretty
happy.
sure I cried that day.
Your misery brought my happiness. I'm just letting you know that.
I went out and got an Ultimate Warrior tattoo, and I was only about 8.
Oh, Dave, speaking of tattoos, was the Sopranos tattoo meant to be that bad?
No, the fucking tattoo artist was a piece of shit.
We looked it up on the
that's what-
internet the other night. I did at least.
This is the problem. I lost a bet on the Ron Fez show. I said that every single one of the 4 members of the Soprano family would get whacked at the end of the series finale. And for everyone that doesn't, I'll put them on my back. Of course, Carmella, Tony, AJ, and Meadow, all 4 of them technically survived, I guess. So I had to get the whole goddamn family on my back. But the thing is, I called a tattoo artist and I said, can you come in and do this show? And he goes, oh, yeah, sure. I can do it. And then I go, oh, shit, you know what? I'm sorry, man. I messed up the date. It's next Wednesday. And then he goes, oh, yeah, I can do that too. Then I had to call him back an hour later, and they go, I'm really sorry for this, but I have to push it back to next Thursday. And he goes, no problem. I can do that too. Right there, I named 3 separate days, and he had no appointment.
Oh,
He's
man.
just ready to go.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you should have known something was up then.
Precisely. When you talk to a tattoo artist and their book for 3 weeks is totally fucking clear,
Yeah.
it means the guy's horrible. So when he came in and it looked like he drew Kiss without makeup on my back.
It really was the worst tattoo ever. But you got to cover it up. I saw the
Hold on.
episode of.
If you guys listening, can you Google
Yeah.
Eastside Dave Soprano tattoo?
It is.
It
Please.
is awesome.
Well,
it's
yeah,
like my 6-year-old drew it. If I was to say
Oh.
draw these people, it's like that.
Yeah. Well, Meadow looks like a wolf man. Tony's got some Dick Tracy look to him, like a bad guy in Dick Tracy.
You look like Inspector Gadget.
Right. The whole thing sucks. And the funny thing is, years later, like years and years, and every 2 or 3 times a year, some website would put out like the world's worst tattoos. And
AJ looks like he has Down syndrome.
AJ looks fucking despicable.
Oh, can you turn that and see if the camera picks it up or no?
I don't think it's
AJ
good.
looks like
Let
a
him
piece
pick
of
it up.
garbage.
Oh my God.
But the thing is, every couple of years, a tattoo website would have like, here are the world's worst tattoos. They never knew me. They never even knew like where I got it or how they found it. But almost universally, every single website, I would be like the top 2 or 3 of
Get
like
the
worst
hell out
tattoos.
of here without
Yeah, it was-
without using your celebrity status. You're saying.
Without them even knowing, knowing anything, knowing the background
Oh my God.
story. Or
That is
this
fucking
or
awesome.
that. And then finally, I got on America's Worst Tattoos.
Fucking
And
awesome.
that's how I got it changed.
That's
Otherwise,
great.
it'd still be on my back.
I wish it was still on your back right now.
Wait, how did your wife react to a lot of the shit you would do on the radio?
Everyone, well, that's why we split up.
You did. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. I guess you didn't see the epic episode 5 of the Eastside Dave Show, now on CompoundMedia.com.
I did not. Sorry.
Well, let me
Jesus.
tell you something, my friend. It's absolutely legendary. I got thoroughly inebriated, and discussed all of my personal my personal downfall, which continues to this day.
Hold on. How can I find this, please?
Compoundmedia.com.
Okay, and then what do I do? Click on Eastside Dave.
You got to pay $8.
You gotta pay, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
You got to pay
$8. What, a month?
$8 a month. You get all
That's not bad.
you get Anthony
shitload of
Cumia's.
stuff.
You get Anthony's show. Gavin McGinnis is there for the next 2 weeks. You get the Legion of Skanks. They're still doing shows until the 31st. And of course, you get the Eastside Dave show.
Awesome.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. Okay.
Well, if you ever want to see truly a man having a nervous breakdown live in front of cameras and microphones, that's the episode to watch. Although, quite frankly, every episode I am having a breakdown, so it's always the same. Yeah,
Well,
I don't know why I ever signed up to do the show.
That's awesome.
It's so much stress.
What did you think of Fezzi's whole situation?
departure?
Because you left like halfway through that.
Yeah. What do you mean, like Fez leaving?
Yeah, like just that whole spiral of just madness. It was just
Spiral madness. Here's what I would say. There is not one single person who's good at radio that is normal.
yeah.
Like it's the weirdest occupation of all time. It's the only occupation where seriously, the weirder and more fucked up you can get a human being, the better they will be for the radio. See, it's literally the only, like a film director and actor, they can't be out of control. If you're on the radio because you're speaking to a microphone, you're putting yourself out there. So it's like, I always liked, I always, enjoyed Fez. And even during those, crazy Fez is losing his mind era, I'm like, hey,
Rocky always talks about how he loved Fez and
I loved him.
the situation.
But I mean, it was crazy. But you would sympathize with him. But I mean, listening from when Fez was Fezzy, and then to this, it was like, holy shit! Like we watched someone like kind of lose their have like a nervous breakdown. We'll say.
Is it weird that I'm laughing throughout all of this, by the way? Like, am I showing no sensitivity? No, I mean, look, yeah, I guess we all lose our mind. That's my point. He
wouldn't talk. He's on the radio, and Ronnie would be like, Fez, just fucking say anything. And it would be, and you would hold your breath during the dead air. I remember always, you would just be like,
oh, is that, see, I was in the studio for that, so.
How did that feel?
You would just hear Dave laugh in the background.
I wasn't uncomfortable. I think I'm a fucking psychopath, essentially. Like I'm like one army jacket away from Travis Bickle. Like I never found that to be uncomfortable. Instead, I was like, this is interesting. I want to see what happens here. Yes, I sometimes I'd be chuckling softly because like I would see him like hang on to the table as if like it was like a ship or something, and as if he was on like Deadliest Catch, and it was the Bering Sea. You would just see Fez like rocking like back and forth. But no, Fez is great. Fez is great. He's awesome. He's hysterical, and I think it was right to leave when he wanted to leave. And if he should ever want to get back, I'm sure he certainly will have a job somewhere.
I wish he would just call in or something, like I just want to hear him and just be like, all right, at least he's still, there.
Absolutely. I would love to hear his voice. I've actually even texted him a couple things about wrestling, but have not gotten a response. Okay. No response.
St. Pat's.
All right.
My favorite episode of all time.
Oh my God. It was the fucking.
Which way home? What episode is this?
Dave, please do the honors.
It was St. Patrick's Day. Fez and I were drinking. Oh,
how long ago? So if they look it up on YouTube.
2009 or 2010, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
2009 and 2010, St. Patty's Day.
I mean, it's definitely St. Patty's Day, so look it up. I mean,
if you put in Ron and Fez St. Patty's Day, it's the first thing coming.
Okay.
We got really drunk. I mean, for real. And we were both we were not seeing straight. But with Fez, he sometimes gets a little angry. With me, I get to be even more of a pain in the ass.
You shine him on?
He
exactly.
You polish him up?
So this is not a good combination when you have two drunk people at St. Pat's.
No.
Because I didn't, want to say anything, but I had an intern. His name was Fast Freddy. He was a little pork chop kind of guy. He was great. He had like an odd torso. It was like very tiny little legs, but then like a big. Anyway, he. So anyway, I give Freddie a bunch of notes, right? Just trying to have some fun. Again, when I was drunk, this sounded like a good idea. I didn't think it would turn so dark and serious. But I had Freddie write to Fez like, hey, fatty, shut your mouth. Like stupid shit. Stupid shit that's not even clever, not even funny. And Freddie would say this so nervous because he was an intern. Anyway, Fez got
whispering it, being like,
yeah.
Freddie would say it. And when this kid would say it, you would hear like such eagerness, but also hesitation because he's doing it to the host.
Yeah, right.
He's like, fucking do it.
He's doing it to his boss, to Fez, who was his boss, essentially. But I was, I guess, in charge of him. I certainly wasn't his boss, but I was in charge of the interns. So he would also listen to it. So he was very conflicted. So if I was like, yeah, and by the way, Rocky's absolutely right. I got so drunk I couldn't write anymore. So I actually had to whisper to Freddie. But here's the thing: Fez was wearing headphones.
So you just hear Dave going, hold on. So when Dave go, call him a fat asshole. Call him a fat asshole.
I'd be like, say you have weird fat nipples, which I don't even know what that means. So then you have this like 19-year-old nervous as shit kid who's like, you have fat nipples. And then Fez got into, you can't talk to me on my show like that. You're going to come on to my show and talk to me like that. This is my show. And I was just dying. And then Ron's like, see what you started, Dave? You see? And I'm like, yeah,
Fez is getting up, trying to attack the kid. Ronnie's going, Fez, don't get strong with a kid, all right? Sit down.
Right. No, come on, Fez. I think Fez even might have thrown something at him, which you're not allowed to do, but didn't hit him. So everyone was cool. But
he mushed pizza in his face. Didn't he mush pizza in his face?
No, I shoved Fez's face in the pizza. And here's the thing: that was a wrestle. I'll give you guys an honest to God thing. That was a wrestling move. We had that planned over a week in advance, and the reason why I always say this to people now, and I pull the curtain back, is because literally for 2 years I got written death threats. And someone went to my car and slashed my tires.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, it was a really ugly. And it was connected because the guy's like, I know where you live. I know what kind of car you drive. Go outside. This was in the mail. I went outside in my fucking car. All the tires were slashed and all the other cars were totally fine. So I'm like, oh, fuck. When I was living in Brooklyn at the time. So I'm like, oh, shit.
Can you imagine if you were if you were Lawler back then with Andy
Kaufman?
Yeah. Imagine the heat that would have you know what I'm saying that got.
Oh yeah, that's to me still to this day. That's some of the funny shit Andy Kaufman ever did.
That's some real fucking heat right there. They had real heat back then.
They had real heat, yeah. And so I was getting all kinds of people saying, I fucking hate you. I'm like, at the time I couldn't say, hey, we planned this. This is something. But we did. We knew where it was going to go. And it was going to result in me slamming Fez's face into pizza. But people, I guess we did a good job selling the fucking bit. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to continue with the list here.
Oh, list, survey.
Yes. Biggie or Tupac?
Let's go, Biggie. East Coast represent. East Side Dave. East Coast represent, baby.
All right, nice.
Biggie fucked Anthony Mason's old lady.
You heard about that?
He did. Anthony Mason and Nick.
Remember you didn't hear about this?
I got a story to tell.
You know the song on Life After Death, I Got a Story to Tell?
Yeah.
Well, in that song, he talks about fucking some Nicks.
He was fucking some girl, and her man comes home, and he says it's a Nick. It's one of those 6'5" niggas, he says. And and he talks about hiding in the closet until he comes up with the drink and sticks him up and walks away with the cash after the girl pretends that she's tied up. And they asked Fat Joe who that song was about, and he answered that was about Anthony Mason.
And Anthony Mason was huge.
Yeah.
Both passed away.
Biggie was pretty big.
I know, but Biggie was, you know,
Biggie was slow. Anthony Mason was a fucking athlete, bro.
I know. I mean, Anthony Mason was huge in a very, you know, like a Schwarzenegger type of way. Like, you know, Biggie was a very large dude, but
good thing Biggie had the Roscoe on him.
Yeah, good
exactly.
Never leave home without it.
No.
That's right.
All right. You're right, Dave.
Yeah, I dropped my snowball, which is gross.
Oh my god, that sounds horrible.
Snowball, the snowball spilled all over the table.
Hold on, you're one of the most famous people on a microphone, and you have a snowball. What the fuck?
Because I'm also a fucking Irish cheapskate, you son of a bitch.
You spend all that time fucking boozing, huh? All right, Chevy or Ford?
I actually have a Chevy, don't I?
What kind of Chevy?
But I used to have a Ford. This is a tough question.
Were they both trucks?
No, one was
If you tell me like an electric car or something, I'm hanging up on you.
No, I don't have an electric car, but I got into like something something that happened with my car recently, so I have to lease a new car, which is one of the reasons why I'm in the hole, because I'm in the hole. I have all kinds of money issues. But this Chevy Cruze,
Jesus,
I know my life is going so down the toilet. It's amazing.
Nice.
But I'll tell you, one of the only highlights before I put a gun into my mouth is being on the Super Ugly Show. How about that?
Nice.
I actually called the car dealership, and this is not a way to buy a car, by the way. And I go, yeah, I just want the cheapest fucking car you got. So they go, oh, well, it sounds like a Chevrolet Cruze would be up your style. I go, is that the cheapest one? They're like, yeah, that's the most affordable, sir. I'm like, yeah, they fucking give it to me.
Wrap it up.
Right. Put a bow on it like the commercials. Like, that's a Lexus, sir. I'm like, then steal a fucking bow from the Lexus company.
Oh, my God.
So I guess I'll go with Chevy. All right.
Oh my God, Dave, you give me a fucking headache, dude.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Fucking killing me. I love him.
I'm liking Survey Says.
All right, here we go.
My dream job, gentlemen, by the way, is to one day. And people always think I'm lying about this, but I'm actually being. I would be so happy as a pig in shit if I could be a game show host. Like a Family Feud, that's why I'm doing Survey Says, or Price is Right.
I think you'd be great at it.
I would love it. I know people look down on game show hosts, but
I need to bring back Double Dare and make you the host of that.
Yeah, fucking Double Dare.
Double Dare.
Except do it with adults, you know?
Oh, this is great.
Yes.
I think we just thought of something.
You know, I'd be like, listen, you could win $1 million, but you got to sit on this 24-inch radius anal plug.
Well, they always had like fill this fucking glass up to the red line. So I'd be like, why don't you piss into this 7-Eleven cup that I just bought, and I took a Sharpie indicating where you have to piss up to. It would be like a really cheap show that was shot in my garage.
Don't even have a set, just a stool.
Right. Eastside Dave's Garage Double Dare piece of shit game show. That would be the whole title. I love it, though. I think I'm going to do that.
The flag
now.
would just be a bunch of dog shit in a kiddie pool.
That's right. Oh, God. You know what's weird? I actually wanted to do that, what you just said. I wanted to do that.
The kiddie pool filled with dog shit?
When I was at XM, they put me in a stunt war, and I said, oh, I have a great idea. I said, I want to get a kiddie pool. But, of course, I didn't know where to get the dog stuff, so I was like, I will collect, like, every time I, myself, has to shit, I'll shit into Tupperware.
Oh, God.
I'll then store the Tupperware for a few weeks, and then one day I'll just dump it into a kiddie pool, and I'll get on a stepladder and do a belly flop into the fucking, with my mouth open, into a kiddie pool. And they were like,
where were you planning on storing the shit?
You have 55-gallon drums?
I didn't think of the details. I'm a big picture guy. I need other people to fill out the details.
Did they look at you like you were fucked up?
They said if you even shit once into Tupperware and bring it in, you will be fired forever.
Didn't you shit once there though?
I did. I shit on my hand and then smeared it all over my face.
Oh my god!
And that sort of haunted me for forever. And I was like, well, it wasn't my idea to put me in the stunt wars. I'm in the stunt wars, but you know, there's only so many stunts you can do before you got to bring out the poo.
Hold on a second. When you did that, like, what the fuck happened? Like, what
does Ronnie say after the show's over and now you have shit on your face?
He said we fucking beat him in stunt wars.
Got him.
Yeah.
Got those motherfuckers, I'll tell you.
This is war, Peacock. You can't break an egg without scrambling it. No, you know, this is what we signed up for. Once we knew we're gonna do it, we're gonna go guns out. So,
yeah.
But I also knew I had just won.
That's the only way to do it, Dave.
That's right.
That is the only way to do it.
The stupid move with me was then drinking a shot glass of soap, because you know, like liquid soap.
Fuck that. Oof.
Believe it or not, I didn't realize this at the time, and there's no excuse. It's not like I'm 8, like I was like 30 for Christ's sake. But that's actually called poison.
Yeah.
Drinking a shot glass of liquid soap is the way you could. So I was throwing up on the streets of New York City, but the weird thing was, and this is like at 3:30 in the afternoon, so like everyone's like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? Because when I would throw up on the sidewalk, because it was soap, it was just be bubbles.
Shit.
And people were like, is this a fucking sidewalk act? Like, where's the hat to put $1 in?
I would have loved for a little kid to come by and be like, "Ooh, bubbles."
What are you doing? Just drinking water after to get that down, or?
I had to go to the hospital, actually.
Oh, shit.
Earl of all people. And by the way, I'm going to bring this up because I don't think I've ever said this before. Earl doesn't take a cab. I'm throwing up bubbles. I can barely walk. And he goes,
well, the hospital's only 8 blocks away, so let's walk.
I'm like, you see what's happening here? I'm actually fucking dying, dude.
I'm fucking dying here.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we got it. We got this, Dave.
I go, not we. You're not the one who's poisoned, you son of a bitch.
Oh man, that's
That's fantastic. That is
I've been trying to get Earl on the East Side Dave show too, but he won't do it. No one wants to do it. No one who is my so-called friend wants to do the show.
We'll do the fucking show. Call us
All right.
on there.
One day, the Super Ugly. Well, listen, you guys are always invited. Any Tuesday, 7 p.m. we record.
I've spoken to you before. We've talked on the phone before.
Yeah. Well, we'll come on the show, visit the show, be on the show. There you go.
I'd love to.
There you go.
All right, Tuesdays, 35th Street.
All right. We got Costner or Cage.
Oh wow, this is good.
Yeah.
I actually am one of the few people in the world who likes
Kevin Costner.
Who likes both guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him too. That's why I put him on it, because
I know. Because I'll tell you what, everyone wants to shit on both dudes, but
yeah,
I'll
watch Waterworld any Sunday with a fucking roast beef sandwich and some mayonnaise and a fucking Baja Blast Mountain Dew. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. And look, Field of Dreams comes on. You're fucking keeping the channel exactly where it is.
If Bodyguard comes on, that's it. You're fucking watching
it every time.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going Costner because you know why? I got Field of Dreams. Yeah. I got Bull Durham. But I got the Untouchables.
Robin Hood.
I got Robin Hood. All right. But I got JFK. You son of a bitch.
3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Waterworld, horrible. No, don't get me wrong.
No, you will watch Waterworld. If Waterworld is on a Sunday, you will watch it.
How about the basically Waterworld on Land, which was The Postman? Remember that one that Kevin Costner did? Another epic fucking fail.
I don't watch his movies. I think he's the worst actor ever.
What about JFK?
No, nothing. He plays the same person in every movie. There's no acting. It's just Kevin Costner in every movie.
Where he's a serial killer.
Which one with the little kid?
The little kid.
The one with Dane Cook.
Oh, Mr. Brooks.
Yes, I fucking love that movie.
No.
Oh, great! Thanks for spoiling the ending. I hadn't seen. I had Mr. Brooks at the top of my Netflix queue. You son of a bitch.
He only had 10 years.
Oh shit.
No, there was one though that you were talking about with the little kid, which was good, right? Wasn't he like getting chased by Clint Eastwood?
No,
that's Cage.
That's Cage. I know what you. It's like something world.
Right, Perfect World.
That's it. Yeah.
That was actually a pretty good movie.
That one is actually one Costner movie I don't mind.
See, Rocky explains Cage perfectly. He's the same as Costner, but
the opposite. He's the over.
He over fucking acts that
That's
motherfucker.
true.
He tries to do his Samuel Jackson rant, and it's just it's coming.
He's very uncomfortable, man.
And this move with his little
Hey,
And I'm just
I don't know.
freaking out, man. I'm just freaking out.
I don't know what's going on here. All of a sudden, he always just starts yelling in every movie. Now, did you? All right.
Yeah.
If you like Cage, have you seen this? It's on like cable right now, and I just saw it on cable. I didn't even know it was a thing, but I think it's something like Superman Lives. That's what it's called. Did you ever see it? Right, the documentary where Tim Burton was going to make Superman, and he had Nick Cage as fucking Superman.
It looked like the weirdest Superman ever.
Oh, you got to check out. If you haven't seen this documentary, it's actually really, really good. But the Nick Cage,
funny or
no, the documentary is good. I can't speak for Tim Burton's version. Well,
what was the plan for the disguise when he's Clark Kent? Because with that mullet that he had, they wouldn't have been able to have the Susie Q curl. Everyone would have recognized that sweet mullet.
He had shitty hair. Like, one of those, just horrible. Nick Cage hair. Yeah, Nick Cage long hair.
Like Con Air.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I fucking love Con Air. I'll tell you right now, Con Air and Twister are my guilty pleasures.
Con Air is fantastic.
What about Twister? Twister is just, I can't turn it off. Every time it's on TV, I just can't refuse it.
I like Twister, but I'm not huge into the natural disaster genre.
I'm not either. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, I know. Well, Bill Paxton, my friend.
Yeah, maybe
Box Office Gold, which is Bill Paxton.
Yeah, fucking Chet, man. Chet always does it for me.
That's it.
All right, we got your favorite Rocky movie.
I mean, do I go like different or when I was a kid?
No, just go with your favorite. Like if you had to pick one, and
I'll go Mr. Drago. I'll go Rocky IV.
That's always a safe bet.
It was awesome.
Soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack is great. It was the first one I saw in the movies too.
It was amazing.
I was too young to see the first, probably two in the theater. I might have seen the third one, but I don't remember it. I remember seeing Rocky IV in the theater.
I saw Rocky IV, and I remember at the end, my dad was like, "Oh, I knocked his head off." And I was so little, I took it literally like a fucking retard. So for years, I'm like, oh, I can't believe he knocked his head off.
And then actual real boxing matches were ruined when they didn't end in decapitation. You were like, what the hell is this?
That made me think. I've seen some on YouTube where Mr. Miyagi chops Sensei John Kreese's head off.
I wish.
As a parody. And I see your logo for the Dave Show. What is
for the East Side Dave Show? Sure,
East Side Dave Show, and it's kind of like a Cobra Kai kind of feel.
It is. It's either Cobra Kai. It's sort of let's be honest. We blatantly stole from both. I was gonna try to say it was a tribute. It's an ode, but no, we blatantly stole from both Cobra Kai and Cobra in G.I. Joe.
I want to say it's a mix of the two.
Okay.
Do you notice the All Valley?
It's a hybrid.
Do you notice the All Valley Karate Championship poster in the back?
Let me give you that. Give you that.
Yeah. I got another Jersey boy, Daniel LaRusso.
That's true. Both Daniel. Both Daniel and the fucking guy, Macho.
We've been trying to get fucking Daniel. We've been trying to get Johnny, and we've been trying to get Bad Boy Barnes from Part 3 on this fucking show so bad you have no idea.
Why the hell would Johnny not do it?
You would think, right?
Yeah, what the hell is that guy up to?
That's what I mean.
Actually, he was in Hot Tub Time Machine, and he was funny as a motherfucker on that.
I know, but that's good. I mean, Ralph Macchio can at least do a little, I had My Cousin Vinny and a couple other little
Outsiders.
things. Yeah. Outsiders. He was in a weird blues movie that for whatever reason I watched like 30 times because it was on HBO like every day after school. But Johnny is Johnny, for Christ's sake. Come on, Johnny. Be on the Super Ugly Show, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Really?
You know who? You know
fucking
who you
break.
should try and get on the show too? Fucking Bender from Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
Stupid, worthless,
He's
Is that
lazy,
guy alive?
no
Like Nelson,
goddamn
good luck.
son of a bitch, freeloading, know-it-all asshole jerk. No,
You
but
just
Dad,
got one more
what
Saturday,
about
mister.
you?
You just got one more Saturday, mister.
Yeah.
You want another one? You got another one, mister.
Stop.
That would be awesome to get him on too. Have you ever tried to reach out to these people, Dave, or no? Because you would probably get them on the show before we could.
No, I don't have my ambition. No, I mean, I don't know. I have like a little producer, and I give him names, but honestly, and I'm sure he's not not watching, so I could say this. 80% of them are me just fucking around with him. Like I'll give him like I want Tom Cruise on the show by June. You know,
Yeah, but
Andy Scorsese.
do you
right.
know what kind of interview you could do with William Zabka, aka Johnny from the Karate Kid?
I would love Johnny. I would genuinely love to do like a Johnny type.
Well,
of
he was the
I know-
victim in all of that.
I know you.
Have you seen the Daniel's the real bully in video?
No.
Where they turned the whole thing around. He's a menace if you
Yeah.
break it down.
Yeah, because in the beginning, you got fucking Daniel trying to fuck his girl, and he's up on the top of the thing with his fucking motorcycle. And he's like, "No, ex-degenerate. I'm trying to change my life around. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna do it this way this year." And then he comes down there, and you got this fucking white knight asshole trying to save this
himself.
girl's fucking radio. Like, who the fuck are you?
You're the new guy.
I've
Sit
never even
back.
seen you before. Get the fuck out of here. If somebody tried to play that with my fucking girl, I'd beat the fucking piss out of you.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
play-
probably right.
Don't play some white knight shit and try and save our fucking radio. If I'm gonna bash the radio, I probably bought it, bitch.
And they say how Miyagi's a child beater, and I agree with this because Miyagi didn't know the situation that was going on before he jumped in and beat these children up. Now,
Yeah.
for all he
He's
knows,
16 years old.
Daniel could have been a serial rapist and raped all of their sisters, and he's getting his comeuppance, and here comes the Miyagi.
The
fucking,
meddler.
I like it. I'm into it. My friends. I gotta check this shit out.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny video though. Whoever put that together is pretty fucking good.
Nice.
All right, here we go. Young Guns and Tombstone.
Tombstone because of the shootouts are a little better. When I'm watching westerns, I need good shootouts. What are we watching if we're not going to have a good gun battle? So
There's certain epic scenes with Emilio Estevez.
There's no such thing. That sentence doesn't exist.
No, it exists. It exists. When the
I
guys
like Young Guns, by the way.
when the guy's
but,
talking
you know.
about killing Billy the Kid, and he's talking to Billy the Kid, but he doesn't know it's him. And then Emilio Estevez starts whistling, because he likes to whistle those old songs or whatever.
I have to say, I do like the
certain
whistling.
things. The fucking Bon Jovi in it is just fucking
Oh,
amazing.
stop it. That was part two, by the way.
That's actually one of the lowlights. Is like you're like, what the fuck is Bon Jovi? This isn't Slippery When
Wasn't
Wet.
he in the movie?
No,
I thought he was in the movie for a minute.
no, he wasn't in the movie.
Well, the weird thing is, why even make a sequel? The guy got killed at the end of the first one. Didn't he?
Well, it's supposedly he might have lived.
Like the Scarface sequel. He didn't
It was
die.
an Eddie Cruiser's Elvis type of ending.
It was called a money grab. They should have Young Guns 2, the grab for more money. No, but I did like a little bit of the first. I liked Emilio Estevez doing the "I'll make you famous." Like that was his little catchphrase. I enjoyed that shit. But ultimately, Kurt Russell was made to. That is a guy who wears a perfect handlebar mustache.
Kurt Russell is the fucking man.
He should never not have his handlebar mustache.
100% agree with you.
I don't care if he's doing the Olympic hockey movie. They should have made Herb Brooks, the immense hockey coach, have a handlebar mustache.
Or if he doesn't have the handlebar mustache, give him either the eye patch, like Snake from Snake Plissken from New York, Escape, or give him the Anakin Skywalker slit through his eye.
Yeah.
like in Death Proof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Kurt Russell just in anything, even Overboard. Overboard's
Amazing.
classic.
If that's on a Sunday and I have a roast beef and cheese sandwich with mayonnaise
All right,
and a
enough
fucking
of your
Baja
sandwiches.
Blast, I'm good.
How many sandwiches do you plan on eating?
Listen, I'm a big
He's a
motherfucker.
big guy, Dave.
I'm 6'4", 275. I'll eat 6 of those motherfuckers.
But every time you're turning the channel, you gotta get a sandwich and a half
Yeah.
on the table.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Maybe
be running
some
out of
chips,
bread
too.
soon.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right.
And my wife will probably cook me some brownies. That's why I'm fat. All right, you got 3 movies to take on an island with you.
3 movies to take on island with me.
You listen. These
Star
3
Wars.
movies are the only 3 movies you will ever see in your whole entire life.
All right. The Empire Strikes Back, Goodfellas, and I am actually looking at my Blu-ray collection right now, which is cheating, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay. That's all right.
I want to go something a little lighter. I get my Star Wars. I get my a good Scorsese. No, I'm not gonna go lighter at whatsoever. Clockwork Orange.
Don't
just
forget-
the opposite of the opposite of lighter.
You need something with some girls in it, at least.
Right. I was figuring that, and I was figuring, you know what? I named my kid Stan after Kubrick, so I got to respect him. Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, I went Boogie Nights for that one because
Yeah,
obvious
Clockwork
reasons.
Orange. There is a good Jack scene where they rape the girl when they cut out her
When he's
titties. out of
singing in the
out of-
rain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
singing-
3. There's 3 good Jack scenes.
Actually, yeah, the gang rape also.
The gang rape,
Yes.
the singing in the rain, and then when he gets out of prison to show everyone that he's been reformed, they bring a naked chick out there, and she might even be the most jackable
Yeah,
of all 3.
he does have a threesome at one point too.
Yes, he does.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
all right. That's 4. That's 4.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Yeah, that's fucking
I'm liking
awesome.
it.
All right, so that's it for the survey, man. I think you did fucking awesome.
All right.
Something dawned upon me the other day watching Forrest Gump. When Forrest was little and Jenny was getting raped, remember he
Wait, did I laugh at that?
Yes. You
Okay.
remember that he does that voiceover where he's like, Jenny's dad was a lover, man. He was always touching and kissing her. If he would have just told his mother the truth, he could have prevented a lot of rapes.
Yeah.
So in turn, Forrest deserved everything she did to him.
Yeah. She had a vagina. Listen, she had a vagina this big, and her asshole was this big. That's a fucking problem.
He was a con, man.
Yeah.
Complimenting people like a dumb idiot. He was a good dog.
Yeah.
He was a dog. Yeah, he liked lobster or shrimp or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, he's such a dick, though.
Yeah, well, Forrest had a lot of issues that we try to sweep under the carpet. All right, I'm gonna bring this full circle. Did you know? And this is going back 10 years or so, early 2000s. Some Hollywood Nimrod was dead serious on trying to get Forrest Gump 2 off the ground. It became a very famous story because it was such a horrific idea. And, of course, Tom Hanks said, absolutely not. I don't want any part of Forrest Gump 2. So they were going to cast Kevin Costner.
Holy shit.
And that's
Well,
true.
Oh,
Do
that
you-
would have been great.
Do you know the storyline?
Do I know the storyline of Forrest Gump 2?
Yes.
No. It was something that was told to me by a guy who I trust, who's actually who's written 2 movies and is in Hollywood, lives in LA, and told me about this fucking very
Did you suggest
famous story.
Costner?
No, he had nothing to do with it. This kid, no. My friend had nothing to do with it. He was, but
Then I don't want to meet him then because I don't give a shit about him. If he didn't want Costner in, I was saying they should do a Waterworld Part 2 and spend like $3 million on the budget.
$3 million. Watch out. That's going to be a big fucking movie.
yeah, $3 million.
Jesus.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. What
That's
is,
like how much money Kevin Smith spent on Clerks, for Christ's sake.
wait, hold on. What is it? I want to take over the world for $1 million.
$1 million and evil petting zoo and evil petting zoo. My favorite Dr. Evil moment is in the therapist's fucking circle, and the kid's just like, I just want to, like be a veterinarian, an evil veterinarian, and maybe open up a petting zoo, an evil petting zoo. Anyway.
Listen, I'm not liable for what I say. I'm drunk, so I don't give a shit.
Uh,
Oh fuck.
All right, so I guess we should wrap it up here.
Yeah, Dave, what do you got to plug here, man? Where can these people find you? Because you were great.
All right. Look, compoundmedia.com is the Eastside Dave Show. Okay. Now, if you're in New Jersey, I'm on every day, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. 95.9 The Rat. All right. That's in Monmouth and Ocean counties, but also if you're just in Jersey, I think even in New York, you can listen online at WRAT.com. Lastly, most importantly, if anyone's out there and you are Eastside Dave fans, yes, it's true. I am having legal issues, and my rent is not paid. Thus, I am accepting donations, and this is the fucking most prostitute whorish plug of all time.
That's fucking great.
Donate, you pieces of shit.
Where could they donate?
Thank you for asking.
Where could they donate?
PayPal, send me, or actually, no, how about this? Here's the thing. Twitter, Facebook have a pinned tweet. It has my t-shirt links, but it also has the PayPal email address, didvod at AOL.com.
Or just buy a t-shirt.
Buy about 70 t-shirts. That's
Okay.
what I want you people to do.
All right, yeah, you fucks, you cheap motherfuckers. Buy 70 t-shirts. All
Buy
right?
shit and donate money, scumbags.
Yeah, you pieces of shit. Oh, wait a second. Hold
Yeah.
on.
And if you don't fucking die like Jenny, asshole.
Oh, wait
You
a
in the
second.
God like that too.
Yeah. But no, it's been a pleasure being on the Super Ugly Show. And as I said before, any Tuesday you want to see the Eastside Dave Show, come on up.
Absolutely, Dave. It's been an honor, really. I mean, this is
It's been an honor for me, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, you gave me a fucking headache from laughing so much.
yeah, man, you're
Thank
great.
you, guys. Thank you.
All right, Dave. Thank you.
All right, boys. I will see you guys later.
Take it easy.
Have a
pal.
good night.
All right, take care, dudes.
Super Ugly Show. Super Ugly Show. Super Ugly Show. Super Ugly Show.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Yo, that was a
amazing.
great show.
Dave is a fucking madman. I love him, dude. He was just,
He's fucking awesome.
that was amazing. He was too funny. Just, thank you so much, Eastside Dave. Johnny. We didn't even bring it up.
Yo,
Maybe next week he'll be
lower
here.
that, lower that, lower that. All right, so for the real fans that are still listening right now, like, this is some shit, man. Yo, John pulls some shit. Real quick. 2 minutes, Rock.
Let's go. Come on.
All right. John pulls some shit. We did a pre-show on Tuesday. And, dude, his connection fucked up. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
So you were like, yo, hang up on this fucking asshole. So I fucking disconnected him because he's on his cell phone. He's all choppy, and I can't hear a fucking word he's saying. So Johnny gets tight and just starts going off on social media on us. Like, obviously, I'm not too funny. Maybe I should have tried to be more funny and force it, and fuck this, that, and the third. I'm gonna announce my departure from the Super Ugly Show. So John comes up with a list of demands.
I remember him.
What is it?
He wants a TiVo.
Yeah, he wants a TiVo subscription for 2 years. He
What
says
fucking year is this with a TiVo?
he likes TiVo. I don't know who the fuck knows.
TiVo. Fucking stick your TiVo up your ass.
He wants TiVo for 2 years paid.
And then he wants a meal. And,
He wants food like he got the other night,
and
like
a can
pasta,
of soda.
a can of soda and bourbon.
Yeah.
You know how fucking expensive this whiskey
He
is?
could fucking eat my dick. That's what he can eat. And
He could eat my cock.
and what was the last thing? I think a bottle of bourbon,
Yeah,
which I don't even drink it. So
dude. What do I don't understand. How much I gotta save up fucking $2,000 for this guy's contract to be good?
it's unbelievable.
This is fucked up. And he didn't even show up tonight. He said he was gonna show up maybe a half hour late.
You know what?
We're
though?
going on an hour and 10 minutes right
You know
now.
what though, Rich? We had Eastside motherfucking Dave on, and that was a million times better
Listen, of course.
than anything. So
Listen, John will be on the show next week. He will be able to defend himself. He is listening now. I'm sure he is.
anyone next week who wants to call in and convince John to stay, let us know.
Yeah, Billy, you want to convince him to stay. Garrity, you want to convince him to stay. Josh, Fidelito, I know you fucking will kick him right in the dick if you have the chance to. But you guys want to call in and let us know. We'll give you the personal. Just hit me up on the messenger. DM me on whatever Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at Super Ugly Show. And that's it.